Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Daniel Dominguez and today we're going to have a look at the suburb of Mount Colah in the Hornsby Council. We'll look at the population, the forecast, and also the drivers of the population change in the suburb, and also how is the housing supply looking for the next few years. We're going to jump into the statistics and then look at what opportunities you should be looking at in the suburb and what works on potentially for an upside and where you can make your money. So looking at the median price for the suburb of Mount Colah, the jump between 3 and 4 bedrooms is a lot bigger than the jump between 4 and 5. So from 1.26 to 1.675, and then between 4 and 5, 1.6 to 1.7. There is a good gap between entry level and medium, and then also between the medium and the high end. Rents are between 650 to 700. The yields are low, but in line with Sydney market. Average days in the market are under 30 days. Clearance rate are okay and coming down like the rest of the market. Population has been quite flat. I would anticipate that's going to change because I know there has been some developments in the area with some buildings being constructed along the Pacific Highway. And you can see majority of the people are employed and work either full-time or part-time. Majority of the dwellings are houses, and the most popular configuration is 4 bedrooms or more, but 3 bedrooms are actually popular as well. The knock-knock application is scoring the suburb with a 68% score. The strong points are auction clearance data, stock on market, the average growth for the past 3 years, the proportion of renters, and the vacancy rate. Then looking at days in the market, got a 4. We have population forecast with a 3, and the number of sold properties versus the property for sale is scoring a 2. Looking at the medium house prices, we have seen a significant growth between the beginning of 21 to the beginning of 22. Prices are coming down a bit now on the back of interest rate rises and a bit of uncertainty in the market, but it's definitely some opportunities out there for you that is looking for either an investment or home to live in. So the number of sold properties in the first 2 quarters of this year has been pretty steady. So the Stockholm market is coming up a little bit, and that's mainly on the back of supply increasing for houses. However, we can see that the days on market is still a lot better than it was throughout of the whole of last year. So properties are still selling, and we can see vacancy rates fluctuating a little bit, but still quite around that 0.6 mark, just dropping a little bit in the last quarter. So where are the big opportunities in Mount Colah? So when you compare the medium and the high end of 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms, we can see that the variation is bigger on the lower configuration of bedrooms. So 3 bedrooms have a bigger variation between the medium and the high end. And when you look at 4 and 5 bedrooms, that variation is a little bit smaller, just under 30%. However, on 3 bedrooms, it's 57%. We have seen a big growth for the past 3 years. So on average, the last 3 years, we have seen a growth of 6.5% and 9% on an annual basis. So we definitely have an opportunity for renovation, given that this variation between medium and the high end of the market. A 3-bedroom house has a much better likelihood of providing with an upside, and that's on the back of the bigger variance that we can see there. But keep an eye on 4 and 5 bedrooms because that gap is close to 30%, and if you can find a house that is suitable for a renovation strategy, it's worth considering. Knocking down and rebuild is also an opportunity that we can see in the suburb. If you can buy something on the low end of the market and you can convert that into a high-end 4 or 5-bedroom house, you can make potentially money on that upside transaction. So looking at the forecast.id.com.au website, the forecasted population for the Hornsby Shire is changing on average about 1% every year, which is a solid, decent growth. And if you drill down into the specific area that you're looking here, which is Mount Colah, that's pretty much in line with the council itself. However, I know for a fact that the population growth here is mainly going to be on the back of the additional units that are being built along the Pacific Highway. And that's where you're going to see all that population probably being housed in the suburb. So the supply of new houses in the area is still very limited because there is no new greenfields being offered in there, which means that the land scarcity will play a big role on prices for houses within the suburb. So that's my belief, my personal belief, that the demand for houses will continue to grow over the years. However, the supply is always going to be dependent on land, and that's not going to happen because the supply for this specific area is only going to be around medium density dwellings, which is units, townhouses, and so on. So you can see that the forecasted number of dwellings for the area, which is in Mount Colah, Mount Colah, we're saying that we're going to get 1,000 new dwellings for the area. This is on the back of the medium density activity that's been happening alongside the highway close to the train stations in Mount Colah and Mount Colah. And then that's mainly units and townhouses being built in that area. So now let's have a look at the juicy stuff. Let's have a look at the properties that are available for sale and why I believe it's worthwhile having a look at them a little bit further. Because I see some flags for an upside in some of them. Property number 1, number 12, Coringai Chase Road in Mount Colah. So this property has a price guide of 1.35. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car spot spread along 784 square meters. And we've got Knock Knock giving us 3 different flags for this property, so we can have a look at them a little bit further. So the first one is saying that at 1.35, this 4-bedroom house is at least 10% below the median price for the suburb. And we know that because we just have gone through those numbers. Also, the big parcel of land provides us with some other opportunities. A secondary dwelling could be in the cards if you have the space. But even if you're doing a renovation, potentially expanding the footprint of the house to accommodate an extra bedroom or some other areas is also always a possibility. In here, we're getting a flag for a knockdown and rebuild, but the flag for a knockdown and rebuild is very similar to the one for renovation. So it really depends if a renovation or a knockdown rebuild is more economical if you're trying to bring that house up to the high end of the market. So looking at some pictures, we can see that we have nice outdoor area with a nice pool. So the kitchen, it is dated. It could do with a bit of a refresh. We've got the living areas nice and tidy. Looks like probably new paint job, new carpet. I'm not so sure about the flooring. The outdoor area looks okay. Nice pool. Bathroom is dated as well, and it could do with a bit of a renovation. Big backyard, and looks like a solid brick house as well. Looking at the layout, we do have a decent backyard as we saw in the pictures. In terms of house configuration, we have the garage underneath the house. Then we have the lounge, bedroom 2 and 3 at the front, and then the master and the bedroom 4, which seems to be on the smaller side at the back. Then we have a dining in there as well, and the deck that takes us to the backyard. So my view here is in terms of opportunity, renovation will probably be more appropriate than knocking down and rebuild, because the house looks very solid. It's just probably reconfiguring a few things and updating the kitchen and the bedrooms to get that upside that you're looking for.
Property number 2, number 42 Landra Avenue, Mount Colah.
So a 3-bedroom house with 1 bathroom and 2 car spots, 720 square meters, on the market for 1.1 mil. We're getting 3 different flags in here. At 1.1 million, this house is at least 10% below the median price for a 3-bedroom house in the suburb. We're also getting the flag for a large block of land, which always gives us options on what to do. We also have, again, the flag for a knockdown and rebuild, but let's have a look at the pictures and see what can we make out of it in terms of further opportunities. From the exterior, you can see it's a brick house, single level. We have a deck with a nice view to the bush, living areas, dated kitchen, big backyard, definitely a lot of space in there. That's one of the other bedrooms, another bedroom, a dated bathroom as well. So let's have a look at the configuration of the house here. So we have the car park on the side of the residence. Then we have the living and the dining with the kitchen in there, laundry, 1 bathroom, and the 3 bedrooms. So in terms of strategies, a knockdown and rebuild is definitely on the cards, but I also would consider a renovation or more specifically an expansion where you're either building backwards or upwards and expanding the footprint of the house. Property number 3, 14 Meddling Court on Mount Colah. So this is a vacant block of land, 555 square meters, advertised between 1.1 and 1.2, and we are getting the flag for buy a block of land and build. So the house is located on a cul-de-sac, is probably the last house on that street, fairly squarish block of land, get a driveway in there. Relatively flat. You can see from the fence line here that there is a bit of a slope, but the retaining wall here at the back, so shouldn't be too hard to build on this block. It's just probably working with the slope. Probably the only downside here I would say is that you have Pacific Highway here and the M1 over there. So I'm just not sure if some of that noise can actually travel across to the block of land. So just probably something to consider before going any further. So my view here is if you can make the numbers work, buying a block of land, building a house, and if you can get that house into the high end of the market, then you could potentially make an upside there through the process. So property number 4, number 41 Tilopia Street in Mount Colah. At 990, this house is definitely below the medium price for 4-bedroom housing in the suburb. We also have an opportunity for renovation and a knockdown and rebuild to look at that price point. So looking at the pictures, we can see it's an older style house on this slopey block of land. Forgot to mention we have over 800 square meters, so it's a decent sized block. You can see here, big backyard. So one of the bedrooms, we've got a kitchen that can do with an update. So does the bathroom. Another one of the bedrooms, the living area, another bedroom. And that's the backyard. We can definitely see a bit of slope in there. So we have the house placed on one side of the lot, then the driveway on the side of the garage and a shed. Then we have master bedroom at the front with the bathroom over here, lounge, kitchen, and family with a smaller bedroom here, and then the other 2 bedrooms at the back with the laundry over here as well. So my views on this property, I would say knockdown and rebuild could be on the cards. You can also renovate the house. And if you're renovating the house, I think there is an opportunity in here to potentially put a granny flat at the back, because you have an access from the side, so you could have a driveway here, taking you to the granny flat at the back, and you could potentially put a carport on the back of the house here. So those are a few of the things that I would see as an option here. So interesting. I would definitely check this house coming up for an auction, because if you can buy it well, you have a lot of options open to you. That does bring us to the end of the video today. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. I will place at the description below all the links to the properties that we analyzed today. And if you also want to have a look at the Knock Knock application to have a look at other suburbs and other properties, make sure that you subscribe. It's free to enroll and have a look at it. If you like any of the properties today, make sure that you do your own due diligence, have a chat with your conveyancer, solicitor, make sure your finance ready, organize building and pest inspection. And if you're looking into things like knockdown rebuilds or granny flats and subdivisions and so on, make sure that you engage a town planner to have a look at those options before you make an offer. Once you are satisfied with all the number crunching, have a chat with the agents and make an offer, and hopefully you can secure one of those deals or any other that you may be interested in buying. Thank you, and bye-bye.